When my husband returned home from a friend's wedding that was held far away, I answered, "Welcome home," in the living room.
"I'm home. I missed you. I bought you a souvenir." "Huh? Is something bothering you? Could you please clean this up?"
Taylor handed me a suitcase saying that. While accepting it, I inquired, "How was it? Your friend's wedding?"
"It was a great wedding. The food was luxurious. And there was even live entertainment. Our friends seemed so happy."
As Taylor enthusiastically shared his thoughts on the wedding, I remarked, "I'm surprised you were able to attend."
"Huh?"
A moment of silence ensued. Then, Taylor, flustered, said,
"I don't get it. I attended the wedding like usual, didn't I?"
"Really? You managed to attend well in this outfit." Saying this, I took out his formal wear from the suitcase and showed it to him. Taylor saw it and his eyes widened.
What is this?"
After this, my lying husband would find himself in a difficult situation. My name is Grace Taylor. I'm a 32-year-old housewife. After graduating, I joined a securities company and have been working hard for about 8 years. Thanks to that, I was able to be promoted to the top among my peers. However, I realized that I'm approaching 30 without a boyfriend. Maybe it's time to seriously consider marriage activities. Just when I was thinking that, a certain encounter happened. The sales manager from a medium-sized printing company came to my workplace for business, and I ended up being the one to deal with him. I decided to make a small contract due to the sales manager's enthusiastic sales pitch, and when I conveyed that to him, he instantly lit up with joy. His genuine reaction seemed charming to me. The person in charge was Taylor, who would later become my husband. At Taylor's invitation, we began going out to dinner together and eventually started dating. He was 3 years older than me, but he had a skillful way of being affectionate. Perhaps, in a sense, our easygoing personalities were a good match. I too had fallen for his charm, forgiving even his slightest tardiness as a weakness.
Sorry, Grace. Please, forgive me."
If he apologized like that, there's no helping it. From there, we dated for 1.5 years. Then, on my birthday, Taylor proposed to me. As he handed me a single rose, he said,
"One rose has this meaning. You're the only one for me. To me, there's only you, Grace. Please, marry me."
Those romantic words filled my heart with joy. "Thank you, Taylor. I'm so happy."
"From now on, I'll give you a single rose every anniversary. My feelings for only you will never change."
And so I received a rose and an engagement ring from him. I had the rose from the proposal preserved by a professional, and it's still displayed at home. It meant a lot to me. Blessed by our parents, we registered our marriage. Afterward, we had a small wedding and began living together. Taylor, despite his quirks, was a kind person. I believed we would have a happy married life. However, our newlywed life turned out slightly different than I had imagined. Taylor couldn't handle household chores at all. Perhaps it was because he lived with his parents until we got married, leaving all the housework to them. Clothes he took off were scattered all over the floor. Used dishes were left unwashed, and he didn't even throw the trash in the bin. While I juggled accessories and household chores, he casually played with his phone. At first, I accepted it, saying things like, "It can't be helped." But after several months of such a lifestyle, stress started building up. One day I said this to Taylor. "Hey, Taylor, could you help a bit more with the housework?"
"Huh? But I'm tired from work, you know."
"I'm in the same boat. We both work." With that, Taylor pursed his lips.
"But I don't even know how to do it."
"I'll teach you. Come with me to the bathroom." I led Taylor to the bathroom and, in a friendly and detailed manner, taught him how to clean the bathroom. Reluctantly, he began cleaning. However, his approach was careless, and it seemed like the dirt wasn't going to come off easily. "No, Taylor, it's not like that here."
Sorry, Grace. Seems like it's just not my thing."
"Huh?"
"Grace, you do everything perfectly every day. I respect that."
Well, more importantly,
so from now on, I'll leave it to you, Grace.
Taylor handed me a sponge covered in bubbles and headed back to the living room. His cunning tactic was to lift me up, making me do the troublesome things. Being unable to resist when praised or spoiled is also a problem for me, and so I ended up continuing to do all the household chores. About 8 months into our marriage, Taylor suddenly said something.
Actually, a colleague in sales suddenly quit. I think I'll be busier covering for them from now on.
That's challenging. But you need to work hard for the company, right?
Yeah, I'll be causing you trouble, Grace. Thanks in advance.
And so Taylor started working overtime almost every day. Even on precious weekends, he'd say,
I have to work on the weekend,
and spend more than half the time at the office. While I originally did all the housework, it didn't bother me much, but I felt lonely as our conversations and time as a couple diminished. During such times, I always looked at the rose he gave me during the proposal. Only you for me. Seeing the rose with that meaning, I found the strength to keep going. Taylor during this time started paying more attention to his appearance than before. One day he unusually suggested, let's go shopping together, and I happily went out. Taylor, what are you going to buy today?
Oh, I thought I'd add a new suit. Also, I want to get some perfume.
Perfume? You've never worn that before.
Well, it's part of my job to meet people. Grace, choose a perfume that suits me, okay?
Well, there's no helping it. While saying that, I happily chose a perfume for Taylor. At that time, I had no suspicions about Taylor. He was as sweet and skillful as ever, whispering words of love to me. Even on busy days when he's not at home often, that's when a wife should provide support. I was enthusiastic about it. Taylor was grateful to me for that, and in the small amount of time we had as a couple, we were doing well. I had convinced myself of that belief. After living in such a manner for a while, one day Taylor came home drunk in the late hours. He scattered his belongings, changed his clothes carelessly, and then started sleeping on the sofa after adjusting the blinds. Knowing he often had business meetings and drinking sessions with clients due to his sales job, I sighed, thinking it couldn't be helped, and began tidying up the mess Taylor had made, planning to take his suit to the bedroom. At that moment, Taylor's phone slipped out of his suit's breast pocket and fell to the floor. Without thinking, I reached out to pick it up, and that's when a notification popped up. I'm home now. Thanks again, Taylor. The sender's name is Karen. My heart raced. Who is this woman addressing Taylor so intimately? Thanks for today. What could that mean? Is she someone he met at a bar during a drinking session? But would she really say, I just got home today? Thoughts swirled in my head. Acting on impulse, I took Taylor's sleeping hand and used fingerprint recognition to unlock his phone. From there, I discovered an intimate exchange with someone named Karen. My hands were trembling. Could he be cheating? If that's the case, it's unforgivable. I resolved to thoroughly investigate Taylor's actions. So, just like nothing had happened, I left the phone by Taylor's side and began looking into the nearby detective agency. 1 week after requesting an investigation into Taylor's affairs.
Hey, Grace. So I've been invited to a friend's wedding from high school next weekend.
Taylor casually mentioned it. Next week? That's quite sudden. Usually you get wedding invitations about 3 months in advance, right? I pointed out, and Taylor seemed to flinch for a moment.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I already RSVP'd for attendance on the invitation. Sorry about that.
The dates just happened to be my and Taylor's wedding anniversary. Do you remember? It's our wedding anniversary on that day. Taylor looked a bit startled.
Oh, was it? Sorry, I totally forgot. But I have to attend the wedding. I'll make it up to you next time.
Even the promise of giving a single rose on our anniversary seemed forgotten by Taylor. Nevertheless, I forced a smile and told him, It's okay. By the way, where is the wedding?
In Alaska, but it's a bit far. But we've been good friends since high school.
Taylor rattles on about such things without being asked. I was convinced. This is Taylor's lie. However, I smiled at Taylor with a sweet expression. Great. Looking forward to the souvenir.
Of course, I'll buy an Alaskan souvenir. By the way, I'm busy, so can I ask you to prepare my formal wear?
Understood. I'll send it to the cleaners.
Thanks, Grace. I love you.
Taylor said these words with an awkward sincerity, and I responded with a hesitant thank you, accompanied by a forced smile. Following Taylor's request, I prepared everything accordingly. In doing so, I discreetly added a small surprise to his formal wear. He left for the trip, happily carrying his suitcase without noticing the added touch. I waved him off with a smile. 3 days later, he returned home.
I'm back, Grace. I got you a souvenir.
Taylor spoke these words with a smile, but my response was rather indifferent as I said, "Welcome back."
Uh-oh, Grace. Is something bothering you? Can you help me tidy up this stuff?
Taylor handed me the suit while saying that. As I took it, I asked him, "How was it? Your friend's wedding?"
It was a great wedding. The food was luxurious and the atmosphere was lively. My friends looked so happy.
As he went on talking enthusiastically about the wedding, I interrupted. "I'm surprised you were able to attend."
Huh?
There is a moment of silence. Then Taylor hastily spoke up.
I don't get it. I attended the wedding like usual, didn't I?
Wow, I'm surprised you were able to attend the ceremony in this formal outfit. I took his formal wear out of my suitcase and showed it to him. When Taylor saw this, his eyes widened.
What's this?
The formal suit had its sleeves and hem roughly cut off, leaving it without sleeves and looking like shorts. Participating in a cold Alaska wedding with a short-sleeved suit and shorts? As I disclosed this, Taylor quickly turned pale.
Well, it was a casual wedding. That's why I attended in casual clothes.
Huh? But you specifically asked me to prepare a formal suit for you.
No. What's with the suit in general? Did you do this, Grace? How could you do this?
So I told him clearly. I wanted to test my husband who was going on a cheating trip. Well, the results seem pretty clear. Silence falls over the place. Taylor's complexion changed rapidly from red to blue to white. Then he finally opens his mouth.
Huh? Cheating trip? What are you talking about? It's crazy to do this to clothes in general.
You're the one who's crazy, aren't you? Did you enjoy the trip with Karen?
Why that name?
At that moment, I exposed the results of the investigation that had just arrived today. And there were scenes of Taylor walking arm in arm with a young woman kissing, and even entering a hotel. I picked up one of those pictures and thrust it in Taylor's face. This is a photo from the day before yesterday at the airport, going to a friend's wedding with another woman, and on top of that, getting along so well, even wearing matching outfits.
This is...
Wearing the outfit I chose, putting on perfume, and meeting another woman. Nerve-wracking, isn't it? With disgust in my words, I glared at Taylor. Admit it with your own mouth. Admit that you cheated and went on a cheating trip. Taylor turned pale and finally knelt down on the spot.
I'm sorry. I was unfaithful.
I let out a deep sigh. I knew it. I called your company and asked. The story about the sales department losing a big account and someone quitting? All lies, right?
You called the company?
Through that call, I found out that a new employee from the same company, Karen, is quite close to you. It seems like it's already a rumor within the company. You're not very careful, huh?
What? It's spreading in the company?
At that moment, I spoke with a harsh tone. What the hell do you think you're doing?
No. I only love you, Grace. Karen was just a momentary lapse. A mistake.
So you invited her, didn't you? You're the one who seduced her.
Well, that's because she seemed enticing in a way. Grace, you're stable and have a different charm.
What?
I'm sorry, truly sorry. Grace, please forgive me.
Seeing Taylor shrink in shame, I couldn't help but think, why did I fall in love with such a man? With a sense of detachment, I told him, for now, we're getting a divorce.
What? Divorce? That's a problem. I don't want a divorce.
Don't mess around. Take responsibility for your actions, you jerk. I brought the rose from the proposal, snapped it in half in front of Taylor, crushed the petals, and scattered them in front of him.
Grace.
What's this I have only you nonsense? You cheated on me within less than a year of marriage, and you have the audacity to say that. I was a fool to believe in you. I'll dump this lying husband. At this point, Taylor started sobbing.
Grace, please forgive me.
I calmly told him, "Oh, by the way, I've decided to terminate the contracts between my company and yours."
What?
Obviously, you've been placing large orders all this time because you're my husband, right? Don't expect those contracts to continue after betraying me. Yeah, when Taylor and I got married, the boss went out of his way to make Taylor the contact person. He arranged for our company's printing materials to be handled by Taylor's company. I explained the situation to the boss and asked him to have this printing company removed.
Something like that is going to be a problem. If the deal with your company is lost, our company will...
Of course. I've already explained the reason for changing the printing company to your company. Look forward to going to the office.
No!
I mercilessly kicked the screaming Taylor out of the house. Later, the divorce between Taylor and me was finalized. As a result of involving a lawyer with sufficient evidence, I was able to claim higher alimony than the standard amount. Taylor paid it off with his meager savings. I also claimed damages from Taylor's cheating partner. They apparently broke up over the dispute, and Karen couldn't withstand the rumors in the company, leading her to quit her job and return to her parents' home. Speaking of Taylor, he was held responsible for the loss of the deal with my company and got transferred to a windowless back office. Moreover, he was even demoted for disturbing the company's public morals with his affair. Rumors circulated within the company, and despite being looked at with disapproval, Taylor seems to continue working in the windowless back office. Although he may never have a promotion again, I have absolutely no sympathy for him. On the other hand, as for myself, I started a new life after moving with the settlement money. I only handle my own household chores and work is going smoothly. With more flexibility in my life, I'm planning to fulfill my longtime desire of getting a cat. I'm looking forward to attending a cat adoption event soon.